Which word was your headphones?
Check on the side.
That sounded pretty good, no?
Did the white ones work? It looked like you tried them. Did you try them Friday?
That was Friday. They work. All I was doing was watching the shorts though, so it's showing you for name, so I don't.
Genesis. All right, you ready?
Yeah. No.
King Jesus, you are holy, holy and amazing. Thank you for your beautiful death and resurrection. You're such a good God. Thank you that you have just set life on the scene in your resurrection. Thank you, King Jesus, that we now rein in our lives, our culture towards what is towards you, which is beautiful and life-giving. And we discard anything that is not life-giving. You know, thank you, King Jesus, that you've given us the freedom of enjoying food, enjoying good drink, as it's always a center of conversation here. We just thank you that you have enabled that so that we can enjoy good things like bacon. You're just a good God. Amen. He said, Hagar, maidservant of Sarah, where have you come from and where are you going? She said, from Sarah, my mistress, I am fleeing from her. I'm guessing you guys read. Nice. Yahweh's aid. I was like, my brain was like, huh? Is this for you? He said, Hagar, maidservant of Sarah, where have you come from and where are you going? She said, from Sarah, my mistress, I am fleeing from her. Yahweh's aid said to her, go back to your mistress. Let yourself be ill-treated under her hand. And Yahweh's aid said to her, I will make your offspring very numerous. They will not be able to be counted because of their number. Yahweh's aid said to her, now you are pregnant and you will have a son. You are to call him Ishmael because Yahweh has paid heed to your ill treatment. And he will be a wild ass of a man, his hand against everyone and everyone's hand against him. He will dwell over against all his brothers. She called Yahweh who spoke to her, you are El Ro, because she said, would I really have looked here for the one who looks for me? That means like the one who sees me, by the way, which is really cool. Hence why he's doing the brackets, because here is a mistreated Egyptian who Hagar, where her name means in Hebrew, foreigner. So here's a foreigner who is looked after the God of the Bible. Hence the well is called the well of the living one who looks for me. In fact, it is between Kadesh and Bered. So Hagar bore a son to Abram, and Abram named his son, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. Abram was 66 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. All right. So I'm guessing before, remember we talked about that Sarah took Hagar. Good in their eyes, and to build one family. And then here, there is definitely compromise, right? All right. But yet there's a good God. Toward the last years of my time as a seminary principal in England, the demands of the job took a toll on me. One reason you get paid more if you are the boss of anything is that you're the person who lies awake at night worrying about its destiny. If there are problems, they are your fault for not anticipating them, and it is your responsibility to see they get solved. Things were complicated by my wife's being disabled. When I went home in the evening, I went from one situation where I had responsibility to another where I had responsibility. The seminary did not ill treat me at all. It did its best to make life as manageable as possible for me. But in the end, I was the principal, and I was also the husband and father. One year, I remember saying to God, I can't do this anymore. God said, tough. You're going to have to, but I will be your strength. And God was, and then gave me permission the next year to put in my resignation. Hagar was told, I know it's hard, but you have to go back. First, the aide asked her a couple of questions. Perhaps the aide knows the answers. Asking is part of initiating a conversation about the issues raised by the answers, like a politician in a TV interview. Hagar does not give a straight response to the questions. She has a good answer for one, but doesn't respond to the second. Her location suggests there is an answer. I am on my way home to Egypt. Maybe she feels a bit sheepish about that. At least she thinks she has a good answer to the first question. How could anyone question her right to flee from ill treatment? But you can never second guess God. Why on earth must she go back and accept ill treatment? Nothing in what the aide goes on to say explains that, though there is a hint of an explanation in that unanswered question about where Hagar is going. And Genesis 17 will offer another take on the same hints. Perhaps Hagar doesn't want to talk about the fact that she is on her way back to Egypt. And the people listening to this story know why. Egypt is not a place you return to. Hagar somehow escaped Egypt and found herself in the family of Israel's ancestors. No matter how grim things get there, it is better place to be, the place where God's promise and God's purpose for the world is at work. Egypt is the place where the Israelites will be ill-treated and from where God will rescue them. In the same wilderness where Hagar is at the moment, they will wish they were back in Egypt because life continues to be hard. But Egypt is the last place anyone should want to go back to. I apologize to my several Egyptian friends and to the Egyptian doctor who once saved my wife's life. Egypt here is a kind of symbol. So remember, the Israelites were saved from slavery from Egypt, right? Yeah. But that's not like when you're saved from slavery. So she was still in service. Yeah. So it's like the readers. It's a symbol for the readers, especially the Israelites who then that's their story is how they were ransomed, bought from slavery. And so now they're hearing about Abraham and his, Egyptian servant who's also pretty much married, but not. But then now she's going back and the reader is supposed to go, that's not where you want to go. Yeah. Moses himself, Hebrews 11 will comment, was willing to put up with ill treatment along with the people of God rather than enjoy the treasures of Egypt. Hagar is challenged to take a similar view, even though in her case she is to put up with ill treatment by the people of God. Oh, this is rough. Perhaps there's a link with the promise the aide goes on to give her, though again, that is left implicit. As Abraham's wife, she is to be the mother of countless offspring. That was God promised to Abraham. You will think she is to be the fulfillment of that promise. Actually, things will be more complicated, as the aide's further words make clear, but she'll be the means of a fulfillment of that promise. Given the significance of names of Genesis, we are not surprised that the aide then gives her unborn son his name, but it has some chutzpah that he does so. Ishmael means God listens or God pays heed. Once again, he cannot second guess God. God pursues Hagar, who has escaped from ill treatment, and tells her to go back for more, and God calls that paying heed to her ill treatment. So what would it be like to ignore her ill treatment? Paradoxically, it will be to let her return to Egypt and disappear from the story. It will be not to make the kind of promise God goes on to make in declaring she will have numerous progeny. God has not taken her away from her ill treatment and has rather sent her back for more, but has made it worthwhile. When you meet Hagar in heaven, I don't think she'll be complaining about the aide's message. That's really hard to listen because it'll be really hard to tell someone to go back to ill treatment. But here is what Yahweh does. But then again, through the ill treatment, she gets blessed. And it's like also the people of God who are doing the ill treatment. And this is just, yeah, this is, whew. The AIDS words go on to hint at a more ambiguous matter. This son is to be a man at home in the wild, like the wild asses living happily in the wilderness. In other words, calling Ishmael a wild ass of a man is more like a compliment than an insult. He will survive. He'll be a man who likes his independence and doesn't need to cozy up to other people in order to thrive. He'll be prepared to take anyone on and defend himself against anyone. He will not be afraid or petrified by thinking about how people have done him wrong. He will not crumble or lie down and die. He will hold his head up high. He's got his life to live. Oh, yes, he will survive, and he has done so. One can see in this description of Ishmael the lifestyle of the Bedouin, of whom Ishmael is the ancestor. In Arab and Muslim tradition, he is the ancestor of many, if not all, the Arab peoples. They live their lives away from people living in villages or towns, or even people moving around with sheep like Abraham, and they survive. The AIDS words to Hagar draws a response, perhaps different from the response we might have expected. It concerns not the promise, but the way God came to find her. She cannot be blamed for assuring there was no way God was interested in her, but she has found that God pursued her, and this leads her to name God. We are used to gods giving names to people, but Hagar makes this idea work in reverse. She names God and has thus been called the Bible's first theologian. So anyone can be a theologian. Her words are a little enigmatic or elliptical, another sign that she is a theologian. But the name and its explanation have two complementary sets of implications. El Ro literally means God of my seeing, looking. So it could imply that God who sees me, looks at me, looks out for me, or the God whom I have seen, looked out for. And both are true. She did not dream she will find God in the wilderness, but she did, because God found her. That is the kind of person that Abraham and Sarah's God is. Genesis also puts on the Hagar's lips the name Yahweh, the special name of Israel's God. Hagar recognized that when God's aid finds you, this person really does mediate the presence and care of God in person. So if you ever make that journey through the wilderness for some reason, maybe because you're doing trade with Egypt, or maybe because you are the descendants of Abraham looking for food in Egypt when there's a famine, the storyteller adds, stop for a while at the well of the living one who looks at me and remind yourself of Hagar's story. It is not the end of her story. For that, you will have to read on in Genesis and in Genesis for Everyone Part 2. We finished Genesis. Oos. This is considered a book. We finished a book. And with that,
change of fate.
We were able to repel that monstrous Typhon thanks to your aid, so it can be done. Only the contemptible thing soon recovered and commenced his climb once more.
There has to be a way to vanquish Typhon utterly, not just slow him down. But if slowing him's the best result we can achieve for now, so be it.
The so-called father of all monsters. I heard the tales many times, of course, but seeing him, I felt my courage almost falter, which was more frightening even than the thing itself. Then very well. The enemy awaits.
Olympus, I accept this message. Yes. Revol's empty. The god of war. In the name of Hades. The scent of blood. There. All yours, Golly. message. My silver's come alive.
Ray of light and mote of dark. Little seed, we welcome you. That awful storm enveloping the Mountain of the Gods, why, just the other night it cleared, all brilliant moonlight in its place. I thought perchance you had achieved what you'd set out to do. But now you're back, and so's the storm.
It turns out the father of all monsters is not particularly easy to dissuade. I don't know who wants his vengeance against Lord Zeus more, Typhon, Prometheus, or Kronos.
Our Lady Hecate and you seek vengeance of your own. You've met Charybdis in the rift here, yes? An all-consuming force. When I imagine vengeance, all I see is that engulfing maw. Be safe.
Thank you.
I shall hush up.
Caught out. Hello, shrimp. Some
To
iron.
land. Safe travels.
Here, Icarus.
Eat that. How goes it?
In we go. I was so pleased to see that you decided to come back. How was it at the crossroads after all this time?
A bit uncomfortable at first, but then you showed up, and it was great to see Master Odysseus again. Gave me a few flight path ideas. I didn't overstay, did I?
No, not at all. Well, if you didn't mind it there, then I hope you'll return. And perhaps start to think of it again as a place to stay, not just a place to go.
It's called the Crossroads, Millie. I'd never considered it could be a place to stay. Hey, cheers for giving me a push. My latest work. Good idea.
See you. Golly, get it. Olympus, I accept this message. get enough of those.
Look what washed up.
If you admire Ares so much, know that he has lent me his aid. I have his blessing even now. Though I suppose you still won't be compelled to step aside.
You suppose right, and say you do have Ares making up for all your weakness. It's probably because he wants this war to last and last. He can aid you, I can aid him. Some mood lighting. I hate Volcats. Over here! Oh, sheep! Kapow! I'll be right with you. Race you home! This is gonna hurt. I'm just gonna fly back.
Remember that. That's that. Should keep me company.
Cheers, Em.
Special delivery. Spotted them.
Special delivery.
The messenger. One with Selene.
Typhon should have taken the combined might of our entire family. In a way he did, it's just the rest of us were busy fighting back his swarms. He's really got to stretch thin.
Be strong, strong, strong. What else? Clear. Perhaps I'll knock some sense into you yet. Count right now. You picked the wrong target. Felt that? In the name of Hades. It's no use. Hear me, on my authority. Blood and darkness. carefully about. Go for it, Golly. Predictable. In the name of Hades. Very well. Now! It's that bird. Life. Olympus, I accept this message.
Just what you wanted, right?
The Forge of the Heavens. Come catch me if you can. As the shadows dance. Adequate. Olympus, I accept this message. This one. Surprised? Tell me, Titan, do you recall a mortal woman by the name of Dora? A shade responded strangely when I mentioned you, but can't seem to remember what you did.
Let's leave it be, Agents of Change. That old shade's latent memories have more to do with gods and their deceptions than with anything I did.
Elaborate. Tell me what happened to her. You keep blaming everything on the gods, as though all this is solely their responsibility.
Oh, on the contrary. I take responsibility for mortal kind. But for all their failings, vices, and downfalls, I am not to blame. Nor is this Dora. You tell her I said that.
plan.
These flames never belonged to you, but here, have them. Ignite. It eluded all of that. The famous wrath of Olympus. It cannot easily be stopped, you see. The strength of Hades is lost.
Go lick your wounds.
I see a lost shade.
Let me show you the way. See you in the crossroads. The fleece. All right, fish. Got a bite. It's a lamprey. More monsters. Reagent over there. Here it comes. Next floor. One of Typhon's broodlings. Couldn't do it. less of Typhon's brood. Good find. Hear me, on my authority. Some coins. How many more of those does Typhon have? Almost to the top.
Hey.
Quarter bargain.
Some scarce deliveries risked by swift Hermes represent what aid the gods can finally provide unto the princess of the dead, now that the summit of Olympus lies before her.
I'll take whatever I can get. Lord Hermes, I have a little gift for you while we're both here, if you don't mind. May this ambrosia ensure you're always as light on your feet as can be.
Really appreciate this, Em, but can't accept. Wouldn't do if I showed up with a bunch of ambrosia right now, no matter how much I or anyone might want to sip. No cheers. No need to help clean up. You've knocked Typhon around a bit, but he's still plenty mad. Isn't there something you or Heck can do to make him maybe go away for good?
If by make him go away for good you mean have his whole existence flash before his many eyes before he's finally destroyed, then yes, that's in the works. But it may take some time.
Oh, great. Can't do things quick if they don't take some time. Well then, don't let me keep you from your research. See you later, Em.
Take care.
to spare, Typhon.
Zeus.
Fight on! This was as long as I could stay.
For my mother. Closer to disintegration of monstrosity. To all my family on the mountain, let me pass. Beautiful. Does Kronos truly wish for such a place to be destroyed? The king and queen.
Welcome back.
Don't be shy.
Grandmother.
Melinoe. Oh, Flower, it's truly you. Forgive me, we must maintain decorum here, but I am very pleased to see you here before me, rather than within the dimness of a boon.
Lady Demeter, the honor is mine. I know that everyone's preoccupied contending with the siege, and it couldn't have been easy for you to be here now.
Please call me Grandmother, although perhaps not here. I was furious to have missed you when you visited before, and was not about to let that reoccur. But you cannot stay, can you?
Unfortunately not. With Typhon dealt with for the moment, I had best be getting back. I'm so grateful to have met you like this. Shall I see you again?
If the fates have any mercy in their hearts, then yes.
How my lord husband scoffed when first I brought forth that perhaps this deadly witch niece of his, raised from infancy to vanquish time itself, could also be of benefit against the Titan siege. Glad I won that out.
Heredia, of course we reached agreement on that matter, else my good niece would not be here now. Though tell us, Melinoe, what news of a lasting solution to our predicament? Typhon shows no interest in turning away.
We're getting closer to something. It's very likely that the means we use to rid ourselves of one of our great foes shall be the key to ridding ourselves of the other, though we have not achieved those means as yet.
You hear that, Zeus? The greatest inconveniences we face may be resolved at once. We so like doing things efficiently.
You need but tell us what else must be done to facilitate this outcome, Melinoe. Olympus stands at your disposal here.
Please hold out as long as possible, for your blessings and support are invaluable. One way or another, I'll be back as soon as I can. Kronos may have reawakened Typhon, but that same power could unravel him.
May it be thus. We'd ask you take your time, my dear, but there's no telling how much we can spare. Nevertheless, tread carefully, and we shall be awaiting your return. Come back soon.
Till we meet again.
You truly think we'll soon get blasted Typhon well out of our way for good? That'd be a welcome change.
If we can rid ourselves of Kronos, then we should be able to rid ourselves of the father of all monsters too. And I've not been training all my life for this only to fail now.
Well, remind me never to get on your bad side, Sunshine. You ready to head home? Always good to see you, though I'd best get back to singing so that everyone stays calm. Should help you get home.
We're getting closer, everyone. Please stay safe. Return to Shadow now. Closer to the incantations we require. I never imagined I'd see the Palace of Zeus with my own eyes. But I'm glad I'm back.
How can this be?
Dora, I hope you don't mind, but I asked Prometheus himself about this old connection that you feel. He's cagey with his words, but does seem to remember you in turn.
Oh. Kind of weird of you to do that, especially since it sounds like he's trying to kill your family up there, but thanks. What do you say?
Yeah, but do you also know like the whole Simpson Fortnite crossover going on right now? It's like all over the. It's like Fortnite is back at its at high gamer because they did a Simpson crossover right now where like the whole world is like the Simpson world right now. Yeah, I mean crossovers definitely brings people like to play as, you could be like Dragon Ball Z characters and stuff. Like people like running around as
There's a cash cup now. tried to box yourself out of my life. Ah. So annoying that other player. Let's say they're about to score, like they're going towards the ball. The tornado stuns them, so they just get trolled. It's so funny. Man, tornado stuff.
Alright, after that game, we're at time, bruh.
Cybertruck. I'm not joking, he's actually using the Cybertruck.
Oh, yeah?
Yo, probably the worst car ever.
Well, he said he's not to blame for mortal kind's failings and such, and that neither are you. And asked I tell you so on his behalf.
What?
Before attacking me, per usual, of course.
Yo, I think the game bugs.
Whew, that's a relief. All this time, I figured if there's any two individuals responsible for all the badness mortals have to deal with, it's Prometheus and me. We're talking stomach aches, heartaches, taxation, lying, cheating. You name it.
It's utter nonsense, but do you have any idea what he could have meant?
Nope. But since you're the one who's talking to him on the regular, maybe you could ask. Now that we're curious.
We'll figure this out.
Thank the fates.
Hmm.
In your care, Raval grows stronger still.
Forgive me for presuming, though you seem a little tense of late, Lord Moros. What would you say if we shared one of these bottles together at the taverna? It's been a while.
Nothing would please me more, Princess, except it's not my wish to burden you, and I regret that I've permitted my concerns, which are slight, to become apparent. So please, don't go out of your way on my account.
I'm not going out of my way. And if it's truly your wish for the time we share to be fulfilling, then you can start by taking the opportunities that present themselves.
You make a strong case. It would be my honor to accompany you then. Shall we head down? I have been drawn to others on occasion, yes. But I knew better than to let myself become attached. If my heart started to speak to me, I always could make it quiet down.
In that, at least, we're quite alike. skilled at quieting our hearts. Though if the Lady Aphrodite's taught me anything, it's that our passions needn't always be suppressed.
What do you mean, Princess? What passions could you have possibly suppressed, given all that you've achieved?
Well, for one thing, even being here with you. The past me never would have had the clarity of mind to ask, I think. My mind would have talked my heart out of it.
Then I'm very grateful that your heart is beginning to prevail in more of these debates. I think it only makes you stronger, and perhaps it's the ambrosia, but I'm very fond of that. Of you in your entirety, truly.
Fine. 5 and 8. But it should be 66. No way they did that. No. He did not do that.
Oh. While we're being candid then, I've become rather fond of you as well. But if you're promised to another, I don't wish to interfere.
I don't know this other goddess to whom I've been promised, nor do I want to. And I've violated the will of the fates already. We both have. Wherever all this leads, I would have you by my side.
Then to discovering our path together.
To discovering our path. I very much enjoyed our time, Princess, and will anticipate when we can be together next. Soon, I trust.
I feel the same way.
Successive victories.
All done.
You did it.
Alright. We just gotta do one reading section. Since you decided to.
Leave it. Oh, I'm still worked up after last night. How did you get so strong? I don't stand a chance against you anymore. Hey, wanna go someplace with me? Blow off some steam?
I'm not entirely certain I do. At the taverna, at least, there are plenty of witnesses in case you try anything untoward.
Come on, what are you afraid of? Not like you can't take me in a fight. Anyway, it's not too far, I swear.
Well, all right. Wait, this is it? You weren't jesting when you said it wasn't far. What's so special about this spot?
I like it here is all. No frogs croaking, no shades wandering around. No one to catch us if we fool around a little bit.
By fool around a little bit, you mean... Oh, right. Eris, look. I'm not prepared for any serious commitment here.
Babe, I've never made a serious commitment in my life. I just like to have a little fun from time to time after a hard night trying to shoot you to pieces. What do you say?
It means a lot that you would ask, because I know it's not been easy to get close to anybody here. But this isn't something that I'm looking for right now. Whatever it is we have between us, I've come to like it just the way it is.
That's how I feel. And I get it. Long as you're doing what you want instead of what everybody else wants. Though, mind if I tell everybody that we fooled around here anyway?
Please don't.
Aww.
Let's hear this one.
Dissolution of time. Disintegration of monstrosity. Disconnected incantations, negating that which has already come to pass. And violently, terrible use of our craft.
It is. You always said such power ought never to be used, save when no other possibility avails itself. Perhaps not even then. How did you discover such incantations? You practically know more of Kronos than he does himself.
When I learned of what Kronos had done to you and the rest, I refused to accept it, but I studied him nevertheless. Power always contains the secrets of its own undoing.
Even his and Typhon's.
Even his and Typhon's.
I know. Jot it down. Denied. Become what I seek. Now simmer away.
Oh, look. Really must be making Typhon mad. What's the plan there besides that? Get so caught up in all the glory that you lose sight of our real enemy?
The father of all monsters represents an urgent threat. You'd know it if you saw him for yourself. If Olympus is laid to ruin, Kronos prevails. We wouldn't be able to stop him.
Speak for yourself. The underworld never needed any of those gods. Kronos wouldn't even be here if not for them.
Thank the fates we have you to deal with him.
Thank the fates.
So there you were, alone atop the rain-soaked mountain, when out of the dark came a roar so deafening it shook Olympus to its roots. And with it came Typhon himself, more vengeful even than before. What then, goddess?
We fought. I prevailed. Oh, blast. I was supposed to weave a yarn. He kept trying to crush me with his chin, but I evaded and clambered to the top of his head, where I drove the Sister Blade's limb and Oros into his brain.
Oh, quite gruesome at the end there, I like it. My only criticism, if I may, is that all too many tales involving huge monstrosities resolve that way. What if he were to swallow you whole, only for you to cut yourself out of his gullet?
I was just getting to that part.
Your Grace?
Icarus. Here you'll grow strong. Stay strong, my friends.
Way back when, I always wanted to find you the best bottle of nectar I could. But I never did. Adding to the list of things I perhaps should have approached differently.
Please don't dwell on the past so much. You thought you'd never see me again, but I'm here now. I appreciate this moment that we have.
I won't forget it. This place has changed so much since I took off. If you told me half this stuff was here, you'd have had a way easier time persuading me to come back.
I wanted to see if you'd do it of your own accord. And also, surprise, you still remember the trick to locating the place.
Hard to forget it once you know the way. Though, finding a good landing spot, I'm out of practice on that front. I nearly crashed into the cauldron.
No, what happened?
I crashed into Master Odysseus instead.
What are we thinking?
This seems promising.
Whatever you say.
Welcome change.
Don't think the head witch is too big on flowers, but okay.
The score from this game. Telling you what, man. All right. On your computer.
There.
May we converse?
The Huntress unleashed.
Now that is quality.
Death to Kronos.
Yeah. Settle a little wager here, young one. These shades are making claims you felled the father of all monsters. I, however, am the voice of reason, and I say, come on.
Typhon's recent defeat certainly wasn't my doing alone, Commander. We have Olympus on our side, and more.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I said. Technically, it wasn't just you. Hear that, disciples? She had a bunch of those fancy boons, and who only knows what else.
Then you win the wager?
Damn right.
Show the Commander. You were all the way up at the summit, weren't you?
All right, cat or dog? No.
I don't even have to ask. All the time.
Go unseen.
All should be properly afraid. Walk in the woods. To the House of Hades.
Thank you, Flower, for you've thrown our enemies upon this mountain into turmoil. Even now they attempt to regroup, but with your continued effort, we may drive them back.
The oath.
No.
By my birthright.
I guess
Into
I'm
the
doing
night. To the House of Hades.
Thank you, Flower.
All right, heard your thing.
Desolation.
Yeah, I think so. This is also like her realm, so it makes sense that up is harder.
We should be able to hold back Typhon for a while longer, especially now that you've shown us a thing or two about how it's done, Sunshine. You're going after Kronos now, aren't you? Well, ridding us of him certainly wouldn't hurt.
Yes.
Make this game? It's been in early access for a bit. No, it's out of early access. Like the game has been officially released for a little bit.
Out of my sight. It's done.
You're really helping tip the scales here. Broke through the siege and gave our relatives a minute of reprieve. Still isn't over, mine, but we can get there soon enough, I think.
Bones for the broker. Chaos seeks me.
It is yours. I was unable to detect you for some time, but then the Earth itself shuddered, as though an object of very substantial size fell from considerable height. That must have been the being you call Typhon. Did you cause him to fall? Do not respond.
All right.
Such rage it must have felt.
Such a monstrosity, Typhon. Slow, enormous, stubborn as he clambers toward our highest peak. Driven by vengeance, rage. In some respects, I do admire him. Though I am grateful you were there to dash his hopes.
Good.
Yeah, the first time I beat Typhon, then Eris became available for boonage.
cat I had. Go on, Tula.
Yeah, let's first.
It's over. Cheer up, Mofa.